Hi everyone, this is Mehmood Sheikh, and from past few videos I've been working on developing a lectures management system using PHP CodeIgniter, AJAX and jQuery. In my last video I completed the functionality of restricting our private pages from unauthorized access, and in this video I'm going to cover a couple of few topics, which is removing index.php from the URL. Okay, and then I will be working on displaying these navigation menus, okay, these links, and I will be working on this drop down as well for both admin and normal user, and I will work on this search text box. Okay, so apart from these things I will also work on these two links as well. Okay, so whenever I click on this register I will get login and home link, and whenever I click on login I will get register and home links. Okay, so we will also work on these links as well. Okay, so before starting this video I just want to tell you that if you like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel so that you people will get continuous updates on my upcoming videos. Okay, so now let us start developing these functionalities. Okay, so the first topic which we will be going to cover in this video is removing index.php from the URL. Okay, so now let me just come to my project. Okay, so here see, so now this is my project, lecturers slash index.php slash login. Okay, so now I can see login page. Okay, and for displaying that login page I have written this URL. Okay, localhost slash lecturers slash index.php slash login. Okay, so if I try to access the login page without entering index.php in the URL, then it will give me an error. It's not allowing me to access my login page without entering index.php. But I don't want this index.php to be present in the URL. I want to remove it. So for removing that I need to include .htaccess file in my project. Okay, so now let me just come to my project. So here in my lecturers folder I have created an .htaccess file. Okay, so in that file I will copy this code and I will paste it here. Okay, and I will save it. Okay, so now I have written this code in my .htaccess file. Now if I tries to access this login page without entering this index.php, okay, I can easily access. Okay, not only login, the register controller as well I can easily access without entering index.php in the URL. Okay, so this is how we can remove index.php from the URL using .htaccess file. Okay, so now our first topic is covered. Now the next thing is, so in the first column I have kept my logo, and in the second section, which is of 6 columns, I will be displaying the search bar. Okay, so I want to display a search bar here whenever a normal user gets logged into the system. I don't want to display this search bar the way I have created here. Let me just show you that. Okay, so I have created a search bar here, and this search bar can only be visible to a normal user. I have not designed this search text box for admin. Okay, so now let me just log into the admin section. Okay, so now I am in the admin panel. So admin doesn't have the search text box. So the next thing which I'm going to do is creating that search box, and that search box I want to be appear only to the normal user. So for displaying that search box I have written code here. Okay, whenever a normal user gets logged in I want to display that search text box. Okay, so for displaying that search box here I have stored the user ID which I have taken from the session, and I have stored inside that user ID inside this user ID variable, and then here I'm checking here whether the user ID variable is set. That means whether the normal user is logged in or not. If if the normal user has logged in, and I'm also checking whether the person or the user who is trying to log in is a normal user or an admin. Okay, so here I'm using a condition greater than. Okay, when I'm using a condition greater than 1, that means it's a normal user because an admin has an ID of 1. Okay, so inside that I have kept the search box and then I have closed this if condition. Okay, now let's save it and let's log in. Okay, so now I have logged in as an admin. So when admin gets logged in, search box will not appear. Okay, so now let me just log it out, and now I will log in as a normal user. Okay, so when a normal user gets logged in, a search box will get displayed. Okay, so this was everything about displaying search box. Next thing, we need to display login, register and home links. Okay, when the user is not logged in. So let me just log out. Okay, so now at the time when user is not logged in, I want to display these links: register, home, or login and home. So for displaying these links, I'm making use of this URL. Okay, so how I'm doing it is, whenever user is on the register link, I will be displaying login and home. Okay, and whenever user is on the home link, I'm displaying login register. Okay, so this you will come to know better once I come to my code. Okay, here I have created a 5-column section. Inside the 5-column section, I have created a UL with a class of sign up. Okay, and then here I'm taking the URL. This will give me access to the URL, okay, or the current URL. Okay, let me just refresh it, and you can see it's displaying me the URL on which I'm currently in. Okay, if I go to login, then this URL will get changed, and now I'm getting access to this URL, current URL. Okay, so now here I have taken that URL. With the help of this if condition, I'm checking whether the user is not logged in. If the user is not logged in, then I will check this URL, current URL, with these many URLs. Okay, so I'm displaying login and register links whenever user is in these URLs. Okay, lecturers, home and index.php/home. Let me just show you. Home. Okay, so whenever I'm on the lecturer/home, I'm displaying login and register. Okay, and whenever I will be on this URL, lecturer/index.php/home .php/home, I will display this login and register. Okay, you can see here login and register links are displaying. Okay, and then whenever I'm on the login page, okay, so now I will go to the login page. When I am on the login page, I should be represented with a register and home link. See, that's what I have done here. Okay, here with the help of this if condition, I'm checking if the user is not logged in, then I'm displaying register and home link whenever user is in the login URL. Okay, so now let me just come to index.php/login. See, here I'm displaying register and login. Next thing is, okay, now the third thing is I need to display login and home. Okay, so whenever I'm on the register link, I want to display login and home. So for displaying these two links, which are login and home, I'm checking the URL with the register link. Okay, so when my URL matches with this link, then I will display login and home links. Okay, so this is how I have worked on displaying these links. Okay, login home link, register home link, okay, and then login and register links. Okay, so I hope you have understood how I have managed to display these links on the header whenever user is not logged in. Okay, now the next thing is I want to display a drop down here on the extreme right side whenever user logs in. Okay, so let me just log in as a normal user. Okay, now I have logged in as a normal user. So now I want to display a drop down here on the extreme right, which gives me the options such as add profile, view profile, change password, and logout. Okay. Now for creating that drop down here, I need to check whether the user who is trying to log in is a normal user or an admin, because based on the type of user I will be making changes in the options in the drop down. Whenever an admin gets logged in, I will be displaying 3 links, and whenever a normal user gets logged in, I will be displaying 4 links. Okay, so at the time of login I will check whether the user who is trying to log in is a normal user or an admin. Based on that I will be displaying these options. So now let me just come to my header.php file. Okay, so here I have done that. Okay, so here I have uncommented all the code which I had written to display a drop down on the extreme right of header whenever a normal user and an admin gets logged in. Okay, so for develop that functionality I need to get access to the level of user and the user ID of the user. Okay, so with this level information I will check whether the person who is trying to log in is a normal user or an admin, because when an admin gets logged in the level will be 1, and when a normal user gets logged in the level will be 2. And I also need user ID to check whether the user is logged in or not. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm making use of both of these details, level as well as user ID. Okay, so whenever the user ID is set, that means when the user is logged in and that user is admin. Okay, so now at this time admin is trying to log in to the system. When the admin is trying to log into the system, I should be displayed a default image to that user. Here as you can see I'm displaying a default image which is present inside the assets folder. Okay, let me just come here, assets, image, and then avatar.jpg, and then I will display drop downs with options as add profile, change password, and logout. Okay, so whenever an admin gets logged in, admin will see these many options on the right side of the header in the form of a drop down. Okay, let me just show you that. Home slash logout. Okay, okay, now you can see now I have logged in as an admin, so it's displaying me a default image because I have not uploaded an image yet. I have not developed that functionality. So now when I click on this drop down, it's displaying me add profile, change password, and logout. Okay, that was everything about admin. Okay, the same thing, what if an normal user logs in? When a normal user logs in, for that user as well I'm checking whether the user is logged in and the user who is trying to log in is a normal user or not. Okay, I'm checking it with the level. As you can see here, I had already told you that a normal user will be having a level of 2 and admin will be having a level of 1. See, when I was checking for the admin the level was 1, and now when I'm checking for the normal user the level is 2. Okay, so in this if condition, else if condition, I'm checking whether the user is logged in and the user who is trying to log in is a normal user. Okay, if both of these conditions satisfied, then I'm displaying these links: dashboard, okay, home link, dashboard link, home link, and my posts link. Okay, apart from these links I'm also displaying drop down which I had displayed to the admin. See, But for the normal user, I'm displaying four options as I had told you earlier, which are add profile, view profile, change password, and logout. Okay, so now let me just log in as a normal user. Just click on this drop down, and when I click on logout, I successfully get logged out, and now I will add log in as a normal user. Okay, so now I have logged in as a normal user. See, when I logged in as a normal user, it's displaying me these links: dashboard, home, my posts, and a default image. And when I click on this drop down, it's displaying me add profile, view profile, change password, and logout options. Okay, so this is how we can create a navigation menu where we have a logo and a search text box and few links along with a drop down with a few options. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood. Okay, so now at the end we have an else condition. Okay, what if the user is not logged in? Okay, so this else condition I have left it as blank because I don't want to display anything whenever a user is logged out. Okay, let me show you that. So when I am logged out, I don't want to display this drop down as well as these links. Okay, so I'll just log out. So now you can see both of those links and drop down are not displaying. Okay, so I have left that section blank because I don't want to display all those things when the user is logged out. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood. So in this video we had started with the logo and then a search text box. Okay, so for displaying the search text box here as well, I'm checking whether the user is logged in and the user ID is greater than 1 or not. Okay, and then we worked on displaying home and register link, register and home link. Okay, and then login and register link based on the current URL. Okay, so this one is for displaying register and home link, and this is for displaying login and home link. Okay, and then at the end we worked on displaying drop down for both admin and normal user. Okay, here for displaying the drop down and links we uses the level information and user ID information which we had stored inside the session at the time of login. Okay, and we will be using both of these information for developing this functionality. Okay, okay, so this one is for normal user. Okay, and I had created a sign up class. Okay, for this sign up class I have written some CSS here at the top. Okay, sign up, and then some styling for UL and LI, and then some styling for anchor tag. Okay, so this is everything about working on developing a navigation menu with set of options like search text box and links and a drop down. Okay, so that's all for this video guys. I hope you guys have understood whatever we have discussed in this video. Okay, so that's all for this video, and thanks for watching.